high in the mountains of Thailand, where access to education and opportunity is so very limited. There is a young girl we're going to talk about today. Her name was Suwakarn, and she was affectionately called Dew, D-E-W. She began her life with a few resources, but she had a heart full of hope, as most children do. At just 8 years old, Dew's world was shaped by the challenges of rural life and her family's financial struggles, something that most children up in the mountains, up in the villages face. She attended a small village school far from the city, so she did not have the opportunities, just the small world that she was in the village. But everything began to change when Dew received a scholarship, and this scholarship allowed her to move to the city for school. And so her mother found a job at a local resort, and they provided her with a room, so that way Dew and her mother had a place to stay. And her mother worked, and Dew went to school. For Dew, this wasn't just a change in location, it was a sign of something greater. She said she truly believed that this was all part of God's provision, because after moving, she had the opportunity to study Sunday school at the church. And it was at this church that Dew encountered the Superbook. Superbook is a free site on the internet where children can read and hear and listen and see stories from the Bible. And through the vibrant, animated Bible stories of Superbook, Dew discovered a deeper understanding of God's love. Sunday school just became a place of joy for Dew, but especially for her spiritual growth. She loved the story of Noah, which showed her how God's care goes to all creation, and that God saved people and animals. The lessons that she learned didn't just stay in the classroom. They began to shape her heart and her habits. She learned to pray before meals, to be thankful, and to see God's hand in the blessings around her. Just like warm meals she enjoys at the church and the kindness of her teachers. She said that her teachers always remind her to be thankful, to thank God before we eat or do anything. She loves going to the church because all the teachers are so kind and caring toward every child in a community where many children face uncertainty. Dew has found stability, encouragement, and faith. Her story is a beautiful reminder of how God uses even the smallest seeds, like a Sunday school class or a Superbook episode, to grow something extraordinary. Don't forget that books can just help children, bless them, guide them, and God's Word being in them makes it so special. So remember to pray for the bustling cities of Asia to the remote villages in Thailand, in Africa. God is planting seeds of hope and transformation as people go forth with the gospel.